Good morning. Good evening. Sorry about that. Thank you for joining, Mr. Omar.
Hey, I'm not the only person.
As of now, yeah. So
Okay.
we're just going to wait for some others to join, but we
Okay.
will start at 6:30 CST. We'll start right now. So are you already wholesaling?
No, I'm really interested in just like in the beginning of just getting a overview of what that is, but
Okay.
I'm just getting started and getting my feet wet out, I guess.
Okay. So this training will be perfect for you. Thank you for joining,
Per-
and please
Thank you.
enjoy.
I definitely will. I appreciate that.
Okay, you can take notes, prepare pen, paper,
I already have
or
that. I'm well prepared.
oh, great. Thank you, sir. So let's start. Let's see if others will join, but we'll
Okay.
start the meeting. Thank you.
Okay, guys, again, this is Jay Wicker with MCA Acquisition Group. And today we're going to talk a little bit about wholesaling, about fix and flip, about a couple other different things that that we're going to present to you today, and some of the stuff that you probably never hear from, especially on YouTube, right? When you go on YouTube and you pull up different stuff, they may tell you some things, but they leave a lot of this stuff out because why?
Mhm.
They want you to buy their course, right? With me, I'm a virtual wholesaler, residential and commercial. So wherever the deal is at is where we go. So it doesn't really affect me to give you this information because there's enough room for all of us out there. So we're gonna jump right into this thing, man. I'm gonna be really quick. I know yeah, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys coming on board because you could be anywhere in the world. You choose to be here with us, and we appreciate that. Right. So let's jump right into this thing, man. Get your pen and piece of paper and take some notes. Um, let's see, let's see if you guys heard these things that we're about to bring to you. All right. So give me 1 second. So wholesaling. So basically, what is wholesaling? Wholesaling is the fastest way to do a deal in real estate. It requires no money. It requires hustle, determination, the ability to take a no in the face and let it roll down your back, right? You're gonna get a whole lot of no's, but it don't take one yes to get you 500 to anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 in your bank account, right? So if a person told you if you make 1,000 calls, you're gonna make you 5,000 or $10,000. How many would you call? How fast would it take you to get to 10 to 1,000 calls, right? That's how we look at it. So any no you run across is the closest it's closer to you getting a yes, right? So again, let's jump right into this thing, guys. I hope you guys take plenty of notes because I'm gonna drop some jewels on you, right? So what is a wholesaler? So it's basically someone who purchases a product or locks up, something for a certain price and sell it to an end buyer or another buyer. It's basically what it is. So when you go to Walmart or you go to these different shopping centers, they don't make these products that you buy. They find a distributor or someone that can sell it to them at a wholesale price so they can put it into their store and get you to come in and buy it at a retail price. And they put their points in between. That's how they make their money, right? So we that's basically what we're doing in real estate. So we're looking to find someone who's willing to allow us to sign a contract to purchase this property. Then we're looking for someone, and then we get a really good deal. Then we're looking for someone who's willing to pay a little bit more for the property, or for this position in the contract, and we put our money in between. That's basically what wholesaling is, guys. Very simple. So the main objective is to find a great deal, and immediately sell it. That's basically what it is. One thing about real estate, if you find you a great deal, the property will sell itself, right? The biggest the biggest deal in real estate, man, is finding the deal. So if you're very good at finding great deals, you shouldn't have no problem with making a lot of money, right? It only takes, now keep this in mind too, it only takes you good 10 deals, guys, to make you a 100,000 there in a year's time. And some people that's closing those deals in a month, right? Some people only close 10 deals in a year and make their money. It's easily be done, right? So think about it. If you're making, the average person in America, a black male or whatever the case is making about 40 grand, 42, 45 grand a year, roughly, right? If you do 5 of these deals in a year's time while you're working your full-time job, you can easily walk away from your full-time job within 6 months or so, right? You go get it. So my thing is to build you up about 3 to 6 months of reserve and go get it, man. Go get it. Walk away from that job. Unless you just like your job and you don't want to go anywhere. That's cool too. All right. So what is real estate wholesaling? So it occurs when a party in a wholesaler contract with a home seller, market the home to potential buyers, then assign the contract to one of them. The wholesaler make a profit, which is the difference between the contracted price and the seller and the amount paid by the buyer. Just what you said, right? So now it may be a lot of words there, but it's very, very, very simple, right? You buy something at let's say you go to a Roman sale and you find something that's worth $500, but this person is selling it for $200, right? So you negotiate and get it for $200. You take that thing and then you go put it on one of these sites or whatever the case is, where you can sell it maybe for $300, right? And you make your $100 in between. That's wholesaling in a nutshell. So, good thing about it, the property does not have to be 100% ready to go. We can buy it as is, or we can contract it as is, no matter what the situation is. I mean, we have people who buys burnt properties. We have people who buy land. We buy people that buys commercial properties. You name it, residential and commercial. So, guys, as is. As long as we get them at a really good discount, we have buyers that's willing to buy it. And as long as it's not in a rural area, we can find buyers that's willing to buy it as well. So how to source potential deals and properties to wholesale, right? MLS. So MLS is the multiple listing services, what realtors use. And probably about 90% of the real estate in America goes on MLS, right? So these normally is where people who's looking to buy properties retail goes. I mean, there's some strategies that you can use as a wholesaler to go on MLS to find property. But you got to find unless you're looking to do a double close, it'd be a great situation for you. We can possibly help you with that as far as the finances are concerned as well. But if you want to deal directly with the seller, what I would kind of recommend, so that way you get a really good deal. So keep in mind, if you're dealing with a realtor, their job is to get their client the max amount of money, right? Our job is to get it for the least amount of money. So there's a conflict of interest. Unless you run across a realtor who's okay, who knows how wholesalers work, or maybe they have a client that's just ready to sell it, you may be able to work some things out. But it can be done. I've closed deals with realtors, and I've had realtors destroy a deal too. So I said, use at your own risk, right? But they always want you to sign those track contracts, man. I want to sign my contract so that way I can get a way out of this deal in case something happens wrong, right? All right. So another thing is the direct mail. So I mean, a lot of people are still doing direct mail. I mean, I haven't did it in a long time. But if you have a little bit of disposable income that you want to send out direct mailers to, maybe to a lot of those absentee owner leads that's out of states, by all means do it. I mean, a lot of wholesalers who come in this game are doing that, right? So think about yourself. When you go to your mailbox and you see all this stuff in the mailbox, how many of you guys read all the coupons? Probably not that many. So you take it, throw it in the trash, right? Why not use some different ways to do that, right? To get to these people. Go to Craigslist. You put in ads, you can find these different deals as well. So you go on Craigslist. A lot of these times, man, new wholesalers post stuff on Craigslist, right? And say, hey, I got a slamming deal, need a cash buyer, and maybe you guys could do a joint venture with them. TV ads and things of that nature. You see people on TV, TV ads about on social media saying that they buy houses. You don't want to sell your house, come talk to them, or whatever the case is, right? So you kind of get the picture. Probates as well. Great way to get good deals. You have to be skilled at this, guys, to deal with these probates. Because people in some bad situations, so you don't want to go over there and be not really sensitive to their situation. Hey, I don't care about such and such dies. I need to buy this house, right? You don't want to be that way. So you need to get you a really good skill on how to approach these people and to get a deal done, right? So another thing is too is your website. Get you a quick website. You don't really have to have one, but if you do have one, it could benefit you, because when you talk to a seller and you tell them, listen, I buy properties all the time, and they say, well, what's your website? You want to be able to the website, right? So that way, when they look at it, they can see you know what you're talking about. You've been doing this for a while, even if you never closed a deal. All right, we can show you how to do that as well. Google AdWords as well, another great way to get real estate leads as well. Of course, network marketing. Listen, it's important to go to some of these network marketing meetings they have going on, maybe in your neighborhood. But at least, if you get it online, go to something. You want to be around people who are like-minded, who could possibly drop you some jewels to help you to get further in your career. But everybody should know that you're in real estate. Billboard ads. I've seen people, we buy houses, billboard ads and things of that nature. It's very, it's a great thing. I mean, of course, it costs money to do it. If you're liquid, you definitely can do that. But if not, there's other ways to get it done. Foreclosures, another great way to get deals, right? So you go to foreclosures.com, you can pull up houses that's been auctioned every day, right? With the REO agents attached to them and everything. So there's a few ways to get some deals, right? The wholesaling process. So here's the wholesaling process. So of course you source the deals. Property owner. So you reach out to that property owner. Hey man, I see you have a property on 123 Main Street. I want to know if you're interested in selling. That's basically what it is. That's kind of how you put that together. I mean, of course you'll use your own words, but that's basically what it is. So when you talk to that seller, you're able to see what repairs will be, and you say, okay, after doing my due diligence, I think this deal will work. Then you want to contract it, right? So you use a purchase and sell agreement contract. And if you guys stay on to the end, we will provide you guys with a purchase and sell agreement contract, a JV contract, and assignment contract on us. It's the same ones that we use, and I want to use as disclaimers. We're not realtors, we're not lawyers or anything like that, so use it at your own risk. But it's the same ones that we use as well. They are pro wholesaler contracts. They don't lock you in, but they lock them in, right? All right, so if you want to contract it, then find your great list of buyers. So if you're working with us, we have buyers in all 50 states. We just pull them up and send them over to you immediately, right? We can show you how to do it yourself, so you can find buyers yourself. Other agents, you can reach out to some other agents and things. A lot of those guys, been in the business for a while, so they know other cash buyers as well. And it'd be to their benefit to bring that cash buyer over to you, because first of all, they're sourcing the deal for their cash buyer. So that agent want to be a great asset to that cash buyer, because think about it. Most people, when they buy a home, they're going to buy one or two in a lifetime. As an investor, he may buy one or two in a month, depending on how much he's killing it out there. He or she is killing out there. So other wholesalers as well, guys. So you reach out to other wholesalers. They may have a buyer who's looking to buy, or they may be a buyer as well, right? So other buyers as well. There's ways that you can get this deal done. Contract, right? So you get a contract with the seller, purchase and sell agreement, contract with the wholesaler, the assignment, a JV agreement, all right? And then you get those two done, you want to reach out to the attorney, the title company, right? So in some states, they don't have attorney. In some states, they don't have title companies. They only have closing attorneys. So if you work with us, then I will reach out to those people and ask them all the questions that need to be asked, because a title company can destroy your deal. I've had it done to me. So we don't want to play with that. We want to make sure that they work with wholesalers. They know how to do double closing, things of that nature. So if calling, a lot of companies don't deal with wholesalers. So you may call one and they may say, "No, we don't work with wholesalers." You may call another one. He may say, "Well, let me check and see." I immediately hang up. You want to call a title company and say, "Hey, man, do you guys work with wholesalers or investors?" You want them to say yes right off the bat. We don't want nobody to experiment on our deal, right? Get you in a situation you pretty much got this money already spent, and this title company dropped the ball, and now you lose your buyer. The seller's mad at you. You mad at the title company. It's a whole mess. I went through that before. I don't want you to go through that. So that's why I take care of that personally for you to make sure that when it gets to the title company, you're gonna close that deal. Once you do that, that's when the big bucks come down. Right? There it is. That's wholesaling in a nutshell, guys. All right. So the facts, closing, you close a deal usually take around 7 to 10 days. Now I've closed one in a couple of days, but it was only because the title was clear, and for some reason the seller just fell out, and we was able to slide right in this place and actually get it done. But 7 to 10 days is the norm to close a deal. It depends on how busy the title company is. Deal is anywhere from 5 to 10 grand. Now, I've closed a deal where I only made $500, but I've also closed a deal where I killed it. I made a whole lot more. So, but my fault was when I first started out is I thought every wholesale deal was supposed to be 10K. And if I wasn't getting 10K, I pretty much didn't do the deal. So, which is crazy. So, because I'd rather get 50% of something than 100% of nothing, right? I didn't understand that concept at that time. So don't be like me. Close those little, those little run hits, the base hits, till you get you a grand slam, right? So MCA Acquisition Group LLC, we do this thing called the ABCs of wholesale. So this is a free training that we provide for you guys. So I need you guys to get you a pen and piece of paper, because the information that we're about to go over right now, you need to know this. If you're trying to get into wholesaling, if you're trying to become a fix and flipper, you need to know this basic information, guys. Basic information to get that done. And again, I'm not holding anything back. So we just kind of broke down what a wholesaler is, how to get a deal done, how much you should make off a wholesale deal, down to the closing, right? Here's some of the tricks of the trade that we do. How do we get a deal? What software that we're using? All these other different things. That stuff that you won't really hear from any other place, right? So again, guys, this doesn't affect me to do this. I'm willing to do this. It don't cost me a dime to do this, guys. So get your pen and piece of paper ready. So one thing you won't really hear about is software that wholesalers use. Again, software that wholesalers use, right? Now, I always tell people, if you're new to wholesaling, the software that you should get, now understand, I'm not an agent for this software I'm talking about. They don't cut me no checks, although they should, because I've sent a lot of people their way. But I'm just giving you guys information that I've came across and understand that it actually works, right? So let me give it to you. REI Pro. It not only just give you leads, but it also gives you contacts. It gives you training videos, and you name it. It pretty much, it has everything in here that you need. And you can do this in 50 states, right? You can pull a comp in California, you can pull a comp in New York, you can do it in New Hampshire, you can do it in Dallas, you can do it in Houston, you can do it in Michigan, wherever, right from your laptop or your cell phone. You can put in contracts right then and there. So when you're talking to a seller on the phone, you can be typing it up real quick, and you'll be able to tell that seller about his property. When he's asking for 400,000, you put it up right here, and you see that it's only, there ain't no property in that area, 400,000. You sound like you know what you're talking about, right? All right. So another software that we use as well is called PropStream. PropStream is really good when it comes to lead generation source. So a lot of you guys, if you're buying leads from some places, a lot of their leads are coming from this, right? From these two different software. And the great thing about this thing, guys, you can actually purchase one or two of these different software, and you can sell leads yourself to other wholesalers. So it's kind of like a business in one. You get up to I think it's up to 10,000 leads. So you can actually sell sell it yourself. So again, guys, I'm giving you the game. Write this stuff down. Write it down. So you get on your laptop, your Nook, your cell phone, your iPad, all that good stuff. So you can get it right then and there. Pull up to a house, pull up the address real quick, see who owns this property, how much they owe and they mortgage. If it's in foreclosure, you can test all that right in there on your phone. All right. Take a picture of this with your phone, guys. All right, we're gonna move on. All right, so let's say, now, of course, that was for people who have a little bit of budget that they can afford to do some of the stuff, right? To use some of the software. And when I first started, I didn't have any money. So I had to use like Redfin, Zillow, TotalView, RealQuest, things of that nature to pull comps on properties. Well, as you guys know, these are non-paid non-paid sites or whatever the case is. So they could be right and they could be way wrong too. But I did a few deals that way, so I was able to get it done. So can you? So you don't have to spend all this money on these different softwares if you don't have it. Try to use what you have to get to where you're trying to be. Then, if you want to invest the money, do it that way, right? Now, another thing I always tell people too: you can have the best training ever. It can knock your socks off. If you're not willing to master the phone, guys, you don't have a business. Take your time, learn how to master the phone. When you first start out in any business, the cell phone or the phone can feel like 10,000 pounds, right? And some of us don't really like to be on the phone. When I first started this business, I used to just reach out to people, sellers or whatever the case is, or prospects or whatever, and just try to see how long I can keep them on the phone without them going off on. So if I'm talking to them, I may hear a dog in the background barking, and I'm like, "Oh, you got a dog? What kind of dog you got?" I'm a dog lover too, man. What's the name of your dog? How long you had your dog? What color is your dog? And I'm going, what kind of, I go so far, what kind of dog food you feed your dog? Until that person finally say, man, I gotta go, enough is enough, man, what you calling me for, right? So I did that too. I got comfortable with talking on the phone. Because understand, what's the worst that can happen, guys? They hang the phone up. Many times I've had the phone hung up on me and I call them right back, hey, I think we got disconnected. Because I don't have no fear when it comes to this phone anymore, right? You need to get to that position. Get on the phone, make those calls, because on the other side of that phone, somebody got your $10,000 and you need to go get that, right? Just being real. If you're working with us, guys, we have phone scripts as well, but you don't have to use our phone scripts. Go on YouTube and pull up phone scripts for wholesalers. Pull it up. Use what they use until you can tailor something to fix what you're trying to get done, right? You have to be a go-getter in this business because there's nobody gonna knock on your door and say, hey, you say, who is it? Hey, seller, the seller, we're willing to sell our property for 50 cents on the dollar. It's not gonna happen. You have to go get it. All right. So again, as we talked about, we got phone scripts. We have people, where my seller, my assistant is talking to people and she's selling them, seeing those videos as well. Study YouTube videos. Do all the stuff that you need to do, this free stuff, before you start spending any money on anything. You got to understand, you got to get that desire first. The money comes second. Get the desire, then get the know-how, and the money comes third. So how do you find real deals with little to no money? Like some people, we buy leads and things of that nature. So how do I get my phone to ring without spending a dime? How do I think outside of the box in a way to get my phone to ring it? This is what I did, guys. I didn't have a dime to invest in no software, a dime to invest in no coaching, none of that. But what I do have is determination. I am determined. If you put me, and this may sound crazy, my whole thing is if you put me in the hospital where they're doing some kind of surgery on somebody, sooner or later I'm gonna figure out something I can do in that surgery room. I'm gonna learn about tools. You're gonna say, give me a scalpel. I'm gonna know exactly what a scalpel is sooner or later. So same thing in this. You have to think outside the box. If you want to check, you gotta think outside the box, guys. Here's a few things. that you never really hear about in this wholesale game, guys. So let's jump right into it, right? So I'm gonna use my pointer here so you guys can kind of follow along with it, right? So let's go through a couple. Wholesaler, wholesale event, wholesale like JV deals or whatever the case is. You might have a wholesaler who has a property that he's trying to sell or wholesale, and he may not have any buyers. As you know, we have buyers in all 50 states, so you have buyers, right? Or we can show you how to get your own buyers. And you just reach out to them and say, hey, man, I see you got a property that you're trying to wholesale. Are you interested in doing a joint venture or JV? And if so, let's split the assignment fee 50-50. When you get 50%, I get 50%. It's a win-win for everybody. Now, if you go on Facebook and pull up wholesalers on Facebook, they got wholesale groups in every single state. You can go in and add yourself to all these wholesaler groups, right? And what I normally do, or I have my assistant do, is to see who's the most active on these sites, and then DM them. See who posts, I got a house for sale, or whatever the case is. DM them and hey, let's do this. Let's tie my buyer up with your seller or whatever the case is, and let's make this thing happen. Let's make some money. So that's where you get a deal without spending any of your money. It just take you some to think a little bit and to put a little action behind it, and you can possibly get you 500, a few grand or whatever the case is, whatever you guys negotiate. All right. Another thing is expired listing. This is how how we can work with real estate agents. No matter how great a real estate agent is, all of them have expired listings from time to time. A expired listing is a listing that a realtor had who couldn't sell the property. So what I do, we can pull up. I'm in Dallas right now, so I pull up top real estate agents in Dallas, and you'll see their name, their pictures, their email address, their cell phone number, everything you need to know. Thousands of them. I can have my assistant give them a call. I can give them a call about 5 to 10 of them a day and say, hey, I see that you're out there killing it. My name is Jay Wicker. I'm a local investor. What do you do with your expired listings? Well, I have a few of them in my desk right now that I can't do nothing with. I tell you what, send them over to me, and if I'm able to close them, I'll give you anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 per deal that I actually close. Right? So these now, they used to be dead deals. Now I done brought them back to life. And once I close one of these deals, guess what? Not only she's going to start sending me all of her expired listings, but everybody she knows, because realtors know it's about networking, so they know other realtors. Let's say you do that 5 days a week, you will get deals coming through your inbox all the time. Very important, guys. All right, so let's go to another property management companies, right? I always say that every person who's a wholesaler or investor should know about their property management company that's in their area. And your property management company should know you by name, right? I always say if they're doing some kind of event there, you need to get there early and help them clean up, put the tables out, blow up some balloons, bring some cake, juice, whatever they need to know you by name. So this is what normally happens, right? So a property management company may have an investor who has 20, 30 properties with them, and they making 10% off each one of these properties every time somebody pays the rent. And they manage these properties for these investors who probably don't even live in the state, right? So they have no emotional ties to them. They use it strictly as an investment. So what happens is Monday morning rolls around and the seller say, you know what, man, I'm tired of these properties, man. I just want to sell and get into something else or just live the rest of my life. I done worked enough. I made my money. It's time for somebody else to make their money. So the first thing they do, they contact the property management company and say, hey, property management company, this is Jay Wicker. I just want to let you know in 60 days, we're going to sell all these properties and kind of go off into the sunset. Property management company say, oh, I'm sorry, here you go. I understand this, that, and the other. And as soon as you hang the phone up, if you've done your job with the property management company, they know you by name, they know exactly what you do. The first call is to you. Hey, Mr. Wholesaler. Hey, Jay, I just talked to Mr. Tom. He has about 30 properties and he's ready to sell them to get out of real estate, right? So the reason why they would tell you is because they think that if he sells and goes somewhere else, those properties gonna go to somebody else and they're gonna lose out on revenue. But if he lets you know, chances are that you may purchase them and keep them, or at least talk to anybody into keeping them there, and they can make that money residually, right? So they reach out to you and tell you about it. So now you're the first person to know about these properties that's for sale, and maybe the guy wants to sell them in bulk. So you got a strong buyers list because that's all we have is strong buyers. You reach out to us, we give you a few buyers, whatever the case is, and you possibly close you 20, 15, 20 of those deals if they're really good deals, and you make you a nice little piece of change. That's how you do it. I don't know. I just want to know how many people out there know about that. Property management companies, file lists, and things of that nature. You don't really hear about that on these different sites or whatever the case is. So let's go to a couple more, right? So bird dog. So what is a real estate bird dog? It's a person who sources deals for investors for anywhere from $500 to $1,000 per deal that closes, right? So what we do is we pull up bird dogs in Texas, bird dogs in New York, bird dogs in California, and my assistant, her job is to go on there to see who's the most active and then DM about 10 of them and tell them, say, hey, listen, I see you a bird dog, and how much you making off that? About 500 to 1,000 per deal that closes. You say, listen, how about we bring you on as a partner where you split the 70, 50, 50. So if I make 10 grand, you make 5, I make 5, we all are happy, right? Because on one of those deals, if we close one of those deals, he's going to be ecstatic. Everything he knows, everything he got, he's going to send it to you first because he's going to make the most amount of money. I'm bringing him on as a partner. The other guy's keeping him down, right? So imagine if you had your assistant, you can hire one of our assistants, or we teach you how to hire some assistants to just do that alone in the whole United States. You take your phone to get the ringing? Absolutely. Guys, that's just a few of them. Imagine if you had your assistant to do all of these here. Now understand, they don't cost you any money to do this. They don't cost you any money. It take you a little time to do it. Let me just give you another one here. So HUD. So HUD they have an auction every single day. I think it's called HUDstore.com or HUD.com or whatever the case is, where you can put it up in your market that you're looking to wholesale in, and they have the REO agent attached to it and everything, right? And by the end of the day, you'll know if you want to bid. So what I do, I reach out to the person, the realtor, and say, listen, do you have an assistant that put in these offers for you? If she say no, I go to the next realtor and say, hey, if you got an assistant that put these offers in for you, well, yeah, I got an assistant that does that. Listen, I'm looking for somebody who can represent me or put offers in on these properties for me. Now, I'm not looking to pay retail, so I'm kind of just throwing some numbers out there. But if we get one accepted, I will definitely close this deal with you, right? So now it's not her putting those offers in for you; it's an assistant doing that for you, right? So you're able to put in so many every single day. Now these are good deals. These are HUD properties at a really good deal. You can punch on their site and see how they look, where they located at. They have a lockbox on it. You go take a look at it, all of that. Now, in order to do these type of deals, HUD don't want you really to wholesale these deals. But a way around it is this. You can get you a separate LLC just for this. So let's say your a separate LLC is 123 Main Street, right? When you put an offer in, and finally one is accepted, right? And you put it on that 123 LLC. Now, what you can do, you can sell your rights to that LLC to the end buyer for a fee, right? So your name on the contract never changes, just the owner of the LLC changes. And so you still can do that deal. Now, if your name was Joe Smo, and then you try to take Joe Smo off and put Tom Lewis on it, they're gonna be like, hold on, what is going on here? Joe Smo's the one wanting to bid. Now we don't want to work with y'all. But if that name never changes, 123 Main Street, just the owners of that changes, there it is. There's no headache, there's no red tape. It's just straight to the money, guys. Straight to the money. Now again, remember I was telling you guys that we do commercial as well. So we also do stuff on LoopNet, right? So LoopNet is the MLS for commercial properties like storage facilities, apartment complexes, things of that nature, right? Normally when those deals hit LoopNet, they're not really good deals, but we reach out to these guys and say, hey man, I see what you're doing out there, man, but this is what I'm after. We give them our buying criteria, and then Monday morning when something comes up and it fits our buying criteria, they give us a call. So we're there to build relationship with brokers is what we're trying to do. Just here's a few. Get your pen and piece of paper out. Get your camera out. Take a picture of this guy. Go on YouTube and pull these things up to see which one out of these right here that you can use to make good money off of. And I'm gonna give you one more before we get out of here. Divorce attorneys, right? So let's say a husband and wife get a house and it's based off both of their income. And let's say, God forbid, the husband goes out and does something he shouldn't do, and now the wife ready to divorce him. Now, neither one of them can afford to live in this property alone, which means if one of them stays and one of them goes, it's going to be destroying their credit, right? So the first thing that the wife does, she goes contacts her attorney, a divorce attorney, and she say, I got to sell this property. He's trying to put her with a high octane realtor, right? If they're not a high octane realtor, the only thing that realtor is going to do is put it on the MLS and hope to sell. It may take 6 months, it may take a month, it may take a year, it may take 2 years, depending on where it's at and the motivation of this realtor, whatever the case is. So what we do is we put together an email, and it basically says, some information like, hey, what do you do when a person wants to sell within 5 to 10 days, right? Send them over to us. Let's see if we can get these deals done. And if we do get it done, we'll send you anywhere from $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 per deal that we close. So how do you run across the divorce attorney? Just go on Google and pull up divorce attorneys in Dallas or wherever you're located at, and it's literally hundreds to 1,000. Let's say if you put together an email and you just do cut and paste, cut and paste, cut and paste, you can do 30 in less than a minute. Right? You can do that in all over the United States. Now you got these attorneys giving you a call on their property that they're trying to sell. I'm telling you guys, you already hear about stuff like this online. So I'm dropping jewels, man. Take a picture of this, and we're gonna keep it moving. Give y'all 5 seconds. All right. Now, so how to calculate ARV, after repair value. So understand, I'm a virtual wholesaler, guys. So a lot of these properties, majority of these properties, I don't physically see. I can use different techniques that we do in order to determine what that will be, whether it's a video from the owner or another wholesaler, whether it's some pictures or whatever the case is, the anybody determine what the repairs would be. We use different things in order to accomplish that goal, right? So let's jump into this thing. The repairs to estimate what the repairs would be. So the ARV is that we use the software that we use, but there's other ways to determine the ARV. I'm apologizing about that, guys. So look for the most relevant comp, similar to the features, bed, bath, and garage. So the closer, the better. You want to compare apples to apples, guys. Relevant comps. Anything less than a mile, anything less than half a mile is considered a relevant comp. So if you got a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, you want to find some 3-bedroom, 3-bath. You can't find that 6-bedroom, 6-bath, or 1-bedroom, 1-bath. You got to compare apples to apples. And we want to look for the recently sold comp. The one that sold yesterday is better than the one that sold 6 months ago, right? And if you cannot find something that closed in the last 6 to 12 months, it's probably not a good deal anyway. There's nothing really selling in that area. So again, so we're talking about comps that are close in proximity. Use that comps in the same neighborhood. The closer the better. Start with about 3 to 5 near streets. Because your money is on the line. So 5 tips to master ARV. You ready? Get your pen and paper or get your cell phone, take a picture of this, guys. You want 5 to 6 relevant comps. Be objective and do not be. No comps are the same as bad comps, guys. So if you run across a deal and it has no comps on it, that's considered bad comps. Hope you guys understand that. Like I've had students reach out to me, hey man, I got a property here and there's no comps. Nobody bought nothing recently. in the last couple of years or so, like this is not a good deal because you don't want to put a property like that under contract and then have nobody to sell it to, or you wasting your time in that situation, right? Unless it's a phenomenal deal and it's such a great deal that somebody from another zip code, whatever the case is, would consider it, within your circumstances. But if it's a basic property, they want to try to get retail for this properties in the area nobody's buying in, walk away, guys. It's exclusive distressed property. So now, if you're in an area where people are fixing up and flipping properties, right? And so some is written, the ARV is real high. Some is, will be probably fixed up soon. So we don't use that comp against the current comp that's recently sold. You gotta look over that distressed property, right? So do not speculate on project higher ARV based on the future appreciation. Very important, man. Take a picture of this, guys. So what's the fourth step of calculate ARV? So use the website to find relevant comps, Redfin, Zillow, etc. Convert relevant comps to price per square foot. Sold price divided by total square foot equals price per square foot. It's a formula, guys. Take a picture of this. Calculate average price per square foot of your comp. Total price of comp divided by total square foot divided by number of comps, average price per square foot. Calculate your ARV, average price per square foot, multiply by square foot of subject property. Guys, these are gems. Take a picture of this with your phone. So how to calculate repairs. This is very important. Listen, I'm always, striving to be transparent with you guys. I stole this. I stole this from online, man. It was so good, man, that I had to take it. It was right. It was effective, man. I'm gonna think of the gentleman's name that I took this from in a minute. But I mean, listen, the wheel is already, somebody already made the wheel, so I don't have to reinvent it, right? We got, what other people are doing, put a spin on it with ours, and we close deals, guys. So roughly, this is what it is, right? So if you find a property that's about 1,500 square foot, and it needs, lipstick on a pig, basically. Roughly, if it's 1,500 square foot, the repair cost will be around 10 grand, right? But let's say the lipstick on a pig is about $1,500 to $2,500 per square foot, looking at about 15. But let's say it needs a total rehab. It's 2,500 square feet to 3,500 square feet. Need a total rehab, you're looking at about 90,000 as far as repair costs. Now, if you're in the big major cities like New York and California, these numbers are way off. But if you're in middle America, you can rock with these numbers and be pretty much accurate where you need to be, right? Give and take. Take a picture of this. I'm not thinking of that gentleman's name here in a minute, man. It's slipping my mind. So, all right, so we do, is it Jerry Norton? I think his name is Jerry Norton is what his name is. Yeah, I think that's his name. All right, so we use this thing called the 70% rule, guys. So here's the formula. 70% of ARV minus repair value, repair cost, right? Minus wholesaler fee, which is the fee that you get paid. The maximum allowable offer, that's what it is. So here's the 70% rule. So let's do the numbers in our head. If you got a property, the ARV is $100,000. You want to multiply that by 70%, which is $100,000, so $70,000, right? Minus 10,000 for repairs or whatever the repair cost. Now I'm at 60, right? Minus that 10,000 that I want to get paid as a wholesaler, that's 50,000. So the max allowable offer on this property is $50,000 that I can offer him to get the deal done. But of course, I don't want to come at him and say, I'll give you 50. I'll say, I'll give you 45. So he could talk me up $5,000 to where we can get where we need to be, and it's a win-win for everybody. So I use this in anything I'm negotiating. If I'm at the Roman sale and I see something that's that's $10, I say, look, I'll give you 7 for it. Just like that. Right? It works, man. 70% rule. Take a picture of that, guys. So 3 contracts that a wholesaler must have is a purchase and sale agreement, joint venture contract, assignment contract. So the purchase and sale agreement is between the wholesaler and the seller. The JV contract, JV agreement is between a wholesaler and the other wholesaler if you're doing a joint venture contract. The assignment agreement is between the seller and the end buyer. Right? Go on YouTube and pull these 3 up. And listen to the tutorials on what it does. Get to know your contracts, guys. Very important. Title companies and closing attorneys. Some of the questions I asked them: are you a wholesaler? Well, do you wholesale? What I'm trying to say here. So, are you a wholesale-friendly title company? I guess we're trying to say, and you worded it wrong. Do you work with investors? Do you do double closings? Do we need to pay you up front for closing costs? Very important. Now, here's a gem, guys. I never pay for anything up front out of my pocket. For them to start running the title work, I never come out of pocket. If I run across a title company that's telling me to do that, I go to another title company. Simple as that. Because when you're talking to a seller, they may have, issues that's wrong with the title work, they're not going to tell you if they do. So sometimes you go to these places and they charge me a couple $100 or whatever the case is to do that. And if it comes back and it's some of the title work and you don't close your deal, guess what? You out a few $100. So I don't do that at all. I let them know, say, listen, so you guys get paid once the deal closed? Okay, perfect. There it is. So once the deal closed, you get paid, let's keep it moving. All right? All right, so here's our final one. This is called MCA umbrella. This is very valuable here, guys. So if you guys are working a full-time job, you're looking to get into wholesaling, if you guys just have maybe a small company that you really cannot afford to bring anybody on, we can help you in your business, right? So let me show you what I'm talking about. So what we do, we deal with commercial, residential, storage facilities, trailer parks, land, you name it. We wholesale it all, right? So here's some of the things that we provide you with. Team training. So let's say you may be new in this business, or you've been doing it for a while, and you want to get your team to be taught certain things about this business, how to run a tighter ship, or whatever the case is. We will train your team for you. Guys, this is valuable what I'm talking about here. So we get a meeting together, get on Zoom, and I walk your team through how to do certain things. Boom. So we'll pull comps for you. So let's say you out driving for dollars and you run across 20 properties, right? And what used to happen to me when I used to do drive, matter of fact, we're doing something that's coming up here this week. But when I used to drive for dollars, sometimes I'll go run across about 20, 30 properties, write them down and get home and don't do nothing with it. All you have to do in this situation now is send it directly to my assistant. She will pull the comps on the properties for you, put together multiple offers on it. So it may be a cash offer, subject to offer, land contract, all of that. And we do the contract for you as well. And we send it directly to you. You in turn send it to your seller. That's huge, guys. So it's nothing worse than going working an 8 to 10 hour day and come home to pull comps on all these properties and put together offers for all these properties and the contract on all these properties when your family's sitting there waiting for you to come to dinner. Right? That we can take care of that for you. We submit the offers for you guys. We submit the contract for you guys. We also send it to you DocuSign. Right? When it comes to the contracts, you don't have to print anything out. We send it to you DocuSign, send it to your seller DocuSign as well. to where that person don't have to go and get them print out, take extra time, let them go inside on the phone real quick. That's the way to go. It's no charge to you at all. We also help. We give you access to hard money lenders as well. So if you're trying to do fix and flip, you're at the right place. You're trying to do bridge funding, you're at the right place. We give you access to residential cash buyers as well. So in all 50 states, you just tell us, hey Jay, I got a contract in New Hampshire. Send me some cash buyers. We pull up some cash buyers for you and send them directly to your email box. Skip trace them, you make some calls. Access to commercial buyers, the same thing applies. We send it right to you. We also do a real estate and wine book club the first Saturday of the month. We pick a particular book about real estate. We get on there and we sip a little wine, talk about real estate, man, and continue to grow. Because as you guys know, that leaders are readers. It's important that we do that. At least 12 books a month, 12 books a year, guys. At least 12 books a year. We also would run your whole social media account. So if you got multiple accounts that you don't want to have to continue to post in each one of them, we can take care of that for you. We have a team that can help you with that. We can set up your campaigns as well. You want us to do your campaigns for you? We can do that as well. Again, we talked about phone scripts. You want to know exactly what to say to a seller? We can help you with that. Cold calling tips and tricks and negotiation techniques as well. Very important. Guerrilla marketing challenge, right? It's 30 days to your first deal. We show you some different ways to find great deals online for free. We tell you the steps it takes to get there. Here's step 1, here's step 2, here's step 3. 30 days to your first deal. It's a challenge that we do. Build your team strategy. You tell us exactly what you're trying to do, and we show you what it takes to get that done. And we tailor what we do to fit what you're trying to get done. Because not everybody's looking to wholesale. Some people are looking to buy and hold. Some people are looking to fix and flip. You just tell us what you're trying to do. We tailor what we do to fit what you're trying to get done. You also get a free 30-minute consultation with me, one-on-one. We do Skype, Zoom. You see me, I see you, and I walk you through how to do all that, right? Now, here's a big deal, too. I mean, I can't leave this out, man. I think this is huge, right? So let's say you have a question about something, right? You can pick up the phone and give me a call or shoot me a text personally. You will have access to my personal phone number. So I don't pass that over to nobody. I don't get it to other people to be able to answer your calls. No, you got a question. I want to answer your question directly. So if you out, let's say you got a meeting with a seller's calling, hey, I got some offers from you. I want you to, talk to me, tell me what exactly what all this stuff means. I'm not, I don't get it. Maybe you don't even know what a subject to is or whatever the case is. You can shoot me a text, say, hey Jay, are you free today between 4 and 4:30? I got a seller that got some questions. I say, yes, I'm available between this time. You give me a call, then you give the seller a call. You say, hey, Mr. Seller, my business partner Jay is on the phone. He's going to answer all your questions for you. And he said, yeah, Jay, I got some questions about this. And you listen to me sell this person for you. I do as many times as you want, but my job is to get you to the point to where you can do it yourself. So just in case I go out, God forbid, get hit by a bus, it doesn't shut down your business. I want to teach you to fish, not to give you a fish. I want to teach you to fish. I'll do it as many times as you want me to. I have no issue with that. I have a lady now that's on the team is that she don't like to negotiate. She's a nice lady, older lady, but she don't like to negotiate. So she sent the shark to go do it for her, right? And I do as many times as she wants me to. So let's say drive for dollars, or you're talking to a seller and you get some basic information you want, you fill out and you want us to run comps for you, right? So in the sheet that we have, it's called a residential property form. You fill this thing out, right? The best of your ability, right? One of the most important things, of course, is the address, and we need to know what is his asking price. Because if the property's worth 120 and he said he willing to take 80, we don't want to offer him 130 on his property, right? We want to know what he said he wants for this property. Put it in here so that way if there's any money that's that's still, we want to take all the money off the table, and we want it to go to your pocket, not to his pocket. Simple as that. All right. So fill this out as much as possible. Put in your name, business name, your phone number, your email address, so we know that this particular property goes to you, nobody else. Right. Same thing with residential. I mean commercial as well. What's important with commercial, we want to know how many bedrooms it is. So if it's 6 bedroom, 1 bedroom, if it's 7 2 bedrooms, 4 3 bedrooms, we need to know exactly what that is. So when we're doing the pre-underwriting stage, we have this right. Commercial and residential is 2 different beats. They're 2 different things. So we need to just filter out as much as possible. And you just, we send it to you in PDF and in Word. So you don't really have to print it out. You just type it in your phone real quick and email it directly to my system. As soon as she receives it, she'll send you an email back. Hey, just want to let you know I did receive it. Give me 24 hours or give me 5 minutes, and then we'll send it right back out to you, depending on how busy they are, right? Right? So you might want to say, okay, how much you think this is worth? I'm going to challenge you guys today, right? If you go online right now and pull up commercial wholesaling program, how much is worth? I've seen some for $5, $10, $20,000, right? You pull up residential properties. I've seen those for $5,000 to $10,000. Those other deals, right? So this is what we're doing, guys. Nowhere near that. This is it. This is it. $3.99 down that gives you access to me, free leads, software, weekly training, team building, all of that. Contracts, the whole 9. This is what this gets you. $3.99 down, $99 a month, which is a month to month. So when we do our first one together, once we get off that call, you're ready to go. You have everything that you need. You have your point of where you need to start, how many calls you need to make, or what you need to do, how you need to do it, the whole 9, all the way to the very end. So within 30 days, you should get your deal based on that. You can reach out to me. You have my personal cell phone number. You can give me a call when you want to, anytime. Well, within reason. I can't say anytime. I have a family too, right? So just be reasonable, right? So if you're calling me, and if I'm in a meeting, if I'm in a meeting, I can shoot you to tell you to text me. I can answer your text while I'm in a meeting. But I know if you're calling me, I may step out because I know you're not calling me to ask me, hey man, did you see the night? Right? You're calling me because you have business on the table. You need me to walk you through it. I'll step out real quick, answer your questions, and get back to what I'm doing. My thing is, my phone is always jumping, right? So my thing is just respect my time. That's it. So if you want to talk to me, try to write down every question that you can possibly have for me. Then get me on the phone and let me answer all of them. Right? But I know sometimes you may forget something as well. Don't hesitate to call me back. Say, oh man, I got one more question for you. What about this? I'm gonna answer. I'm not gonna get mad at all because you invested into what we're doing, and my job is to make you great. Now, here's the ultimate thing about this whole thing is about us being your back office. Every deal that you do on the residential side is 100% your money. We don't want to dime. So if you make $10,000 on this deal, $10,000 go to you. We don't get a dime off of it. Now, if you want to cut us a little bit, it won't hurt my feelings, but it don't hurt my feelings if you don't need it. This is what you're paying for. We're your back office, guys. Who's doing that? Most companies that you go through, they're going to want 10, 15 grand up front and some money when you close a deal. We've taken that business model and flipped it upside down on its head. We do a small down payment, then a monthly payment, and we give you access to our real estate software that we're using, when you can actually do this stuff yourself, right? You learn these different videos, different training videos and stuff like that on it, and you have access to me to reach out to give me a call. I can answer the phone and give you, we talk about whatever when it comes to this real estate stuff. Nobody's doing it. Nobody's doing it. Now, so look, I appreciate you guys taking the time to get on this call with me. And I know everybody's on here busy, so I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you all day or all night. Let me just give you just a little bit left, right? This is what you didn't expect. So check this out. It's a bonus. There's no extra money, no nothing. Here's some things that we offer, guys. Again, we do pre-underwriting for commercial deals. Here's the buying criteria for our commercial deals. Take a picture of that. You're talking to a broker. This is basically what we want. Now, when it comes to commercial deals, we do 50-50 on assignment fee because all of the work that comes into it that is required, residential 100% goes to you. All right. So we're about to go in this thing. Here's things that we need to pre-underwrite a commercial deal. Take a picture of this. Very important. Somebody send you a commercial deal. These are the things that we need in order to get this deal done. We need it up front. Basic information. And if you want to get me on a call so I can explain to them what we need, I have no problem with doing that a million times. Let me know. Let's get it done. We have a fix and flip program, guys. Here's some of the highlights, right? So, 9 months, interest only loan, 10% interest rate, 100% rehab expenses, up to 65% of ARV, 70% of ARV, 10 flips completed. 3% origination fee, rolled in the loan. $150 repair, draw fees, $75,000 minimum. There it is, guys. You're looking to do commercial deals in all 50 states. Deals in all 50 states, fix and flip. Get your interest only loan with MCA. This is all a part of it. This is what you're buying into. I know y'all like, wow, this is crazy. All right, so quick turnaround, 2-3 days, turnaround, 620 credit score minimum, bank statement, basic information. Here it is. Oh, going too fast. I want y'all to take a picture of this. This is basic information that we need. We want to see you guys that have some experience in it. So if you don't have experience in it, you just reach out to me and I will walk you through exactly how to get experience from other people. Maybe bringing somebody on who has the experience, leveraging their experience in order to get you along or get you guys along. There's ways to put this together. That's my job, is to put it together for you. You tell me what you need, I'll figure out a way to get it done. So hard money loans, what am I doing here? Must have an LLC. I've done an LLC. This is basic information, guys. Take a picture of that as well. Some more information about fix and flip as well. Take a picture of that. Still got some more good stuff in here, guys. So it's a couple places that we do not loan in. That's Arizona, Nevada, and Hawaii. Everybody else can get it. Everybody else can get it, guys. Lease option information. So let's say you want to do lease option. We teach you how to do lease option as well. Here's the basic information for a lease option as well. So if you need a training on all this stuff, or whatever you see something that's just exciting to you, and you say, listen, I need a trainer on this to walk me through this, you can reach out to me and I can sit down with you and walk you through how to do a lease option, how to get a contract to do a lease option. The ins and outs. Absolutely, the ins and outs, guys. Basic information. Take a picture, guys. Also, so we also do if you're in Texas and you have a property, right, a commercial property, and you need energy, we'll partner up with some of the major energy companies here. We can help you with getting you some electric as well. We also have MCA notaries. So if you try to get something notarized in all 50 states online, or we can help you with that as well. So you need documentation notarized. Maybe maybe this person is out of the country. We still can notarize something for you electronically. You know, from here. So guys, this right here this is a one-stop shop. One-stop shop for all your wholesale real estate needs. You have access to me. You need something, reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text. I answer anything for you. I work basically 6 days a week. So Saturdays you out driving for dollars, or you're doing some different things and you need me to pick up the phone and give me a call. This week we are doing driving for dollars on Zoom, where people will see me. I will see them as well, and we're going door to door. We're going to talk to some people. You're going to see me in action, making these things happen, closing deals, right? So basic information. Again, I appreciate you guys coming on. Hopefully, this wasn't a brain overload. Hopefully the price that I quoted you guys didn't make you lose it, make you have to take some water in your system, get you some air, whatever the case. But put me to the test, reach out to people who have worked with me before to see if I don't do what I say I'm going to do, right? Now, I'm going to get off this call, man. I really appreciate you guys. Please share this on your social media, on your YouTube channels, all of this stuff. If you see any value in it, I really appreciate it. If you tag me in it, I will send you out something. Again, if you tag me in your social media post and I see you do it, I'm going to send you some stuff out to you, free of charge, right? I appreciate you guys, man. Continue to be, a hustler in this game, all right? Man, so if you want to sign up with us, shoot me a quick text message, 972-836-9814. Just send me your first name, your last name, your email address, and say, Jay, sign me up. We'll send you out this information, and then immediately we'll send you out all of these contracts, schedule you a time to do a one-on-one consultation where we're ready to go. So within an hour's time, you'll have everything that you need. You're ready to go hit the streets, right? All right, guys. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you later. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Do you have questions, Mr. Omar?
I actually do. I have. Jay was texting in the chat room, but I have more questions regarding on the contracts.
Oh, okay. Coach Jay,
Yeah.
are you there? I think Coach Jay is in this meeting. Hello, Jay?
He gave me his number, so I can.
Oh,
He
okay.
told me to give him a call.